This pen working like watercolor. Okay. This is one of those few live streams where I came semi-prepared, at least mentally, and with a piece of paper, because I took notes. That's right. I wrote physical words on a piece of paper because I have no chill, honestly. I came up with this idea pretty out of the blue, on the spot, spontaneously. There you go. That's the word. Because of the new Trickstar music video that dropped. Very excited for the event. Not excited about not getting mobbed, but we don't need to talk about that. But the original plan was for me to watch every single Ensemble Stars music video that's been released so far and then figure out who the best dancer in Ensemble Stars is. That was my goal for the day. And about 3 hours and 25 music videos in, I realized I am not going to be able to like numerically put these people like from 1 to 49. Like that's just not happening. It's very it's just convoluted. Like obviously like with such a giant testing pool, automatically it's going to like make things a little muddy, a little gray, but especially because a lot of them, it's not that they're bad dancers, but it's just that it's either they understood the assignment, they're doing it, or their choreography, it's just like you can't really gauge anything from it. So instead, I'm going to talk about all of the units except for Nights, because when I got to the Nights music video, like, holy heck, why did it take 3 hours to get to one Nights music video? I was like, I don't want to look at this anymore. I have my opinions on Night. You know, I might sprinkle Nights in at the very end from just my memory because y'all know me. I'm a disgusting, filthy Nights pea. Their music videos practically play themselves in my brain, but I'll figure out when I get there. We're gonna be here for a while, so buckle up, get a snack, grab a drink. I probably should have got a drink before sitting down. Might be an awkward break in the middle of this live. Who knows? We'll figure it out. Not you again. Hi. Hi, humans. Let's see. Come on, I keep forgetting I don't have to hold on this. Like, how many times do I have to hide this person on my channel? You ruin all of my streams. Anyways, so what was I saying? Oh yeah, I'm gonna just talk about all of the units, talk about their choreo, talk about my personal, oh my goodness, my personal favorite dancers in each unit, a little bit about why, and probably just other brain vomit about that specific unit. And just for, I guess, background, I'm not a professional dancer by any means. The only real practical training I had was in kindergarten when I took ballet a little bit. I can do first and second position. That's it. Izumi is quaking in his boots. Hi, everyone who's joining the stream. And I also self-taught K-pop for a couple of years in like middle school and high school. So I'm not sitting here acting like I am a professional, but I am part of the people with the opinion that you don't need to be a pro at something to criticize or comment on a certain thing. People have eyeballs. They can use their eyeballs and their own cognitive thinking skills to gear whether or not they like something or if they think it is good or bad. Sometimes those opinions can actually turn out to not be opinions and be just wrong when it comes to like technique and stuff. But I'm not talking about technical stuff. All of this is based off my opinion. If you disagree, that is fine. I'm not going to murder you for it. If you feel like sharing your opinion in the live chat, go ahead and do it. I can't promise that I'm going to be actively reading the live chat, only because this honestly is just a substitute because I didn't feel like editing a YouTube video and putting it up. So this is going to be one of those live streams that as long as everything goes well, it will be staying up afterwards and you'll be able to watch it anytime you want. If you came in late, if you have to leave early because you have school, because a lot of people are in school, it'll still be here for you to view. Depending on how long it is, if you actually watch the whole live stream in the future, I will be a little concerned for your well-being, but the option will be open to you. So yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna just go down the list that I have, I guess. What was it? I literally just looked up Ensemble Stars music video playlist. Someone put all those songs together and I just watch the music videos in order every so often. When it was like, oh, I've seen this music video recently, I don't need to watch this, I went to the next one. But most of them I did watch, or if I like just had a general idea of like the characters dancing, I was like, I don't need to watch any more music videos. I'm good. I'm fine. So with that like 6-minute intro out of the way, out of the way, it is time for me to actually start talking about units, and I'm gonna start with none other than the poster boys of this amazing franchise, Trickstar. If you follow me on Instagram and you read my Insta stories, you probably saw a little bit of a brain vomiting, a little bit of a breakdown about the new Trickstar music video. I almost said Nights. I'm just so used to geeking out over Nights. No, Trickstar. I love their new music video. It's very fun. And it's just great. And honestly, I still don't really consider myself a Trickstar P. I consider myself a Trickstar enjoyer, but I don't really produce them, if that makes any sense. But one thing that does bother me is how often people sleep on them, because holy heck, their choreography is so fun. They have so much energy. Their vocals are killer. Like, they're just such a well-rounded unit, which I feel like is very common in the scheme of, you know, poster children for franchises. They're very well-rounded. I really love their music. They just make me happy. Was that a cat or a raccoon? Unimportant. There's a million things I haven't done. Just you wait, just you wait. But that's besides the point. The choreography is just so good. It is so fun. And actually, I had a really weird problem with Trickstar, because as I'm watching them, I was trying to like, because, you know, I'm like, well, I probably can't like numerically put all 49 characters in like well, number 1 to 49, but I could at least like rank each member in a unit, right? No, I couldn't. Help! So Trickstar is one of those units that makes my eyeballs very happy, because they're actually pretty synchronized. Like, you have to like really like glare at them individually for the entire song to like really see one of them like slip up or have a little dancing quirk. But even then, they're very much like, they're very similar in their dancing style. The only one that like really stuck out to me is like Hokuto. He's like very sharp with his movements, if that makes any sense. Like, it's very much he is going through the motions in a very satisfying, because I'm a perfectionist kind of way, makes me very happy. Like, if I were to execute a choreography, I would probably do it very similar to him. Like, he's very much just woo. You can't even see my arms, but he's just vibing, and I love that for him. And Subaru, he always just looks like he's having such a great time. Like, he just looks like he's so happy, and I love that for him. And Mal, I feel like Mal like really stands out when he's with other units, like in Crossing Hearts and I'll Be Yours, or I'll Be With You, whatever that song is called. Don't Come For Me. Like, in I'll Be With You, it was very like, you could really see his energy, but when he's with Trickstar, where all of them have energy, he kind of just blends in, and I think that's fine. My eyeballs appreciate that. So, oh wait, let me think. Words, Aaron, you need to like slow down, articulate your thoughts. Another thing that I like wrote down when I was writing, I felt like a whole adjudicator watching these things with my clipboard, pencil, and my pencil, whatever I was writing down, their stuff. I just felt like an adjudicator. But like, I also like wrote down like their choreo, like how difficult it actually was. And like, I had like different words that I don't think would really resonate with other people, but it makes sense to me. But in general, Trickstar's choreography is like pretty involved. Like IRL, if they were like performing this and I was like watching them live, I would like just be shooketh at how nice their vocals are while they're doing the choreography. It's very nice. It's very fun. 10 out of 10, the kind of choreo that I would want to learn just because it looks so fun. So especially relative to that, I think they're very good dancers. They're great. I would like give them like an actual numerical value, like a 10 out of 10, 11 out of 10, but like relative to what? I don't know. Like, honestly, I really in my brain like thought that Nights was like top tier. Nights in Eden were like top tier when it came to choreo in enstars for a very long time. And honestly, the past few weeks, I've really been tested in that thought process. And today really just kind of made me go, oh, I don't think Knights is the queen bee that I thought they were. In my opinion. That's my opinion. Don't come for my toes. But in my opinion, they have some competition. And on to the next unit, and that is Crazy Bee. And listen here, you poo pee pee poo heads. I genuinely do not understand where the whole meme that like Himaru can't dance come from. Like, I know it's like a meme, probably a joke, but normally like jokes happen because there's some truth in it. But like, I don't get it. Like, personally, whenever I watch Crazy Bee stuff, I never once really had a moment where I'm like, Himaru can't dance. What a silly, silly boy. Like, I don't know. Maybe that was just me, but like, I never really got that. So I watched the Crazy Bee music videos like multiple times to like really watch all of them, because I don't really watch Crazy Bee stuff too much except for like their one event song. That I watch on repeat because it's a bop, and also Himaru popped off in that. But I like was really just trying to watch to figure out what it was that people were like joking about. Now that I think about it, I'm pretty sure they like meant his SPPs where he kind of just stands there, which kind of funny, but also he's hot, so it's okay, right? He's hot, so it's okay, right? Oh my god, I just saw the comment about SPP. See, look, we have the same brain cell. We are sharing the same brain cell. But yeah, in the SPPs, he kind of just stands there and is hot. But like a lot of characters do that. And he's hot, so it's okay. Also, before you guys come for my teeth, when I say hot, I don't mean it in a sexual way. Literally only recently found, like within like the last 2 years, found out that when you call things hot, people typically mean it that way. Not me. It just means that my eyeballs like it. Like I genuinely just like looking at it. Nothing more, nothing less. Let me live. Don't come for my toes. Anyways, like Crazy Bee, their choreo, like honestly, most of the time it's really just them doing whatever they want, and then like a little bit of a little jig in the middle, and then they go back to like doing whatever the frick they want, and I love that for them. But it was really hard to like really gauge if any of them actually like technically skillfully do the dancey dance. So I was kind of like, this is fun to watch, but if I were to like, I couldn't like rank them with anyone. Like choreo, what choreo? But then they have the event song, which name I do not know. I literally just wrote the kanji because that's what my eyeballs saw. But it's their little event song where Himaru wears the funky hat. Man, watching that music video made me so upset that I did not play that event and try to get that Himaru card, because man, that hat, that stupid little hat lives in my mind rent free. But that's besides the point. It just showed me that Crazy Bee really just excels dance wise when they have like a more like strict routine, because there are other songs like Risky Venus, Be the Party Bee, what was that other one, Paranoia Street. Like it's very just like they're vibing, and I appreciate that. My eyeballs enjoy that. But when they have like a choreography, they kill it, and it's just jaw on the floor, have to tape it back up. Like it's just really good. But oh, I totally glossed over this. But Nikki, even in their words, jeez, even in their songs, or like their choreography is very loose and like fluid, and they do what they want. Nikki, like he just grabs my eye. It is literally like he just grabbed my eyeballs and he just took them out of the sockets, and then he's just holding them over him as he dances. Like whenever I like wasn't like, I was just watching in general, my eyes would naturally just gear to him, his little glances, his beautiful movements. Like Nikki, he did not need to go that hard, but he did, and I appreciate him for that. But yes, hard agree. Crazy Bee, they just look like they're having fun, and I love that. They're like, so many of the music videos just look fun, and I love that. I also like really difficult choreos, but you know, I appreciate them both. Like, they're two different things. It's not really fair to compare them. So it's like I am an enjoyer of both of those things. But like if you're actually going like, oh, like dancing wise, what is it? They're good. When they have a choreography, they understand the assignment, they do it, and it's amazing. Kohaku though, it makes me a little sad though, because Kohaku, I like love him, but like everything that I have seen him in, he literally just phases into the background. Well, actually, that shouldn't be too sad because that like honestly goes with his lore, at least my understanding of it. I'm a little behind on stars. Don't come for me, but like goes with his lore. But also makes me sad because I'm a Kohaku enjoyer and I want to like see my baby boy shine. But also he just kind of fades into the background, which is like, It really do be like that sometimes. Where is he? No, he faded into the background here too. I'm sorry, Ibarra. You go in the back. Here we go. It's his time to shine. Here. But yeah, he's great. I love him. He's so great. But yeah, the choreography in general, very simple, very much just a vibe, and I appreciate that. Very cool. When they have a choreography, they kill it. I know I sound like I'm a broken record, but facts are facts. Next unit, Fine. Listen, I would be lying if I said I did not come into Fine ready to clown on Tori. I would be a liar if I said I didn't come in ready for that. I love me some Tori. He's one of my faves. However, my man struggles. He struggles. Tell me why I thought you guys talking about Kohaku staring in the camera that you were talking about in the music videos. Talk about processing. Anyways, unimportant. Like, Tori, he be struggling, but honestly, he doesn't struggle as much as I remember, which was a disappointment. But what did they really make a new account? Literally go away. How did they even find me? These disgusting little bots. Anyways, but yeah, Tori, honestly, he's like really fine. Like he does the moves. He's a little off in space sometimes when it comes to the movements, but like for the most part he like gets them down. It's just sometimes he makes like little mistakes. Like whenever he spins, there is like a stark difference between him and literally everyone else. Like Zuru, Wataru, Aichi, their spin is like graceful, they land, and Tori looked like he was about to bust his butt open. Like, sir, help him. And then in Crossing Hearts, when I tell you guys that I almost cried tears when I noticed this for the first time. I literally wrote down the timestamp. So if you want to like pause this, go find it. In Crossing Heart, at the timestamp 150 from 154, you can witness Tori walk to the wrong spot and then nonchalantly walk back to where he's supposed to go. And you know what? I'm going to say this because I feel bad for even half bullying him right now because he's trying his best and that's what matters. But the way he will make a mistake and he doesn't even bat an eye, that is professionalism. And we have to pay respects to that. You don't get a choice. You have to pay respect to that. He does not. There is no glitch. There is no hesitation. It doesn't even look like the gears are moving in his head. It is just like, I'm not supposed to be here. And he keeps on moving like that was intentional. Like I literally rewinded that spot so many times. Like, was it on purpose? Because he just looked so sure of himself. Y'all need that confidence. Some of y'all really need that confidence. Even when he fricked up his spin in Neo Sanctuary, he didn't care. He had a bright smile on his face. He is vibing. He's vibing. Good for him. Go off, King. This is why Tori. Facts. So true, bestie. Like, he's so great. As for the others, Yuzuru, it makes me mad because Yuzuru is one of those characters to where in my brain it doesn't make sense that I like him so much. All of the factors in my little heart should be telling me that I do not like this guy, but I love him. I have the same thing with Hokuto. Like, I shouldn't like you, but I love you so bad, it hurts. Like, the event that I regret not playing second most is the event where Yuzuru was the 5-star. I literally started, but then I got a big whiff of the big sad, so I didn't play. And every time I like go into like a multi-live and I see someone with that stupid card, I'm just like, eh. Like, I love him so much. And I feel like I'm biased because my eye was really drawn to him during a lot of the music videos. I would just be like, there he is just doing his little butler thing. His dancing is just so graceful and solid, but sharp and beautiful, and I love it, and he's so good and talented. And he's my little bead boy, and I care him very much. I care him very much. See? No, this is Yuzuru time now. Tori got to shine. But like Yuzuru, he's just great. And I love his dancing. So I can't tell if like my eye was drawn to him because my eyeballs like Yuzuru or because his dancing was just that epic and cool. But I really liked it. He's just great. Wataru, he's just so fun to watch. He's one of those characters that it just brings a big old smile on my face to watch him dance. And he just has he just has fun with it. And because I can tell he's having fun, I have fun watching him. It's so great. I love them. So great. And then Eiichi, he's fine. Like, that sounds so mean. Like, he's great. He's a great dancer. He does, everyone in Fine, they're like pretty in sync until they do spins and Tori almost freaking dies. But like, they're pretty in sync. And Eiichi, a lot like Hokuto, he's just going through the motions. He's doing the choreography. He understood the assignment, and I respect that. He doesn't necessarily stick out other than the fact that he is a giant. But he's doing his job. So good job. Like, honestly, Eden P, I know you don't want to hear this, but when I watched Feathers of Arc and Deep Eclipse like back to back, it made me realize why Fine won. And like, not to get into, well, Eden's literally next, so this is fine. But like Fine, a lot of their choreography, a lot of it is like very simple yet graceful. And I assume that like the simplicity is for Eiichi so he doesn't die. We love that. But a lot of their like choreography is just very simple, so it's very easy for them to stay in sync and just look beautiful together. They're so in sync, and it's just amazing to watch. In Feathers of Arc, where they're like doing their little leap, literally they are all in unison, but it doesn't feel like a robotic one. It's like just very, it felt like an angel like opened their wings and slapped me in the face, but it's feathers, so it's soft, you know? Like, don't come at me with the whole Aaron wings are actually like kind of hard. Like, shut up. I don't care. Felt like a pillow was hitting my face and I enjoyed it. Hit me some more. I need to chill. But like, it was just so good and like so in sync and amazing. And now we're gonna transition to Eden and start with Deep Eclipse, because I feel bad because Eden now has lost SS 2 years in a row. These poor dudes. But before I watched the music videos and I found out that Fine won, I was like, how did Fine win? Like, their songs, honestly, I really can't pick which one I like more. But I'm like, performance-wise, Eden had the harder choreography. So if like the songs are pretty much on par, obviously you'd go with the one with like the harder choreo because that's like an extra like, ooh, wow, this is so epic and cool. Incorrect. No, this is my personal opinion, just saying, prefacing. So I'm not speaking for the whole fandom. I'm not saying this is what the writers intended. However, personally, Aaron's opinion is Eden, their choreography was definitely harder. However, they have a little guy named Ibarra Saigusa. And listen, I'm taking him out so we can't hear. Hey, sweetie, just go over there. Look, yeah, go get some mango juice or something. I'll let you back in real soon. Fine was like very like crisp and in unison and in sync. And then Eden, they're a little more all over the place. It very much feels like a group of individual performers. Like Hiyori, he has a lot of energy and he like makes a lot of big movements, so he sticks out in a I love watching him dance kind of way, but also it's like it doesn't look like they're in sync. Nagisa, he's very much like Eiichi and Hokuto and like very crisp, understood the assignment. He's doing the choreo and he does it amazingly and beautifully. But that right next to Hiyori, like kind of taking up all the space, is a little distracting. And then you have June, he's decent, he's fine, like he does the choreography, but sometimes he does struggle, which I love how they keep the canon actually in their dance moves, because he's like, I have troubles like keeping up with Nagisa and Hiyori, and what does he do in performances? Struggle to keep up with them. But the choreography is hard, so I'm like very forgiving of that. Tori, please figure it out. And then we have Ibarra. Ibarra, babes. He's trying his best. Honestly, in Deep Eclipse, Ibarra did very well. But very well for Ibarra. Is still not perfect compared to Fine's perfectly in sync performance. And then we have Eden, who were like, each of them are kind of doing their own thing. And it's like, babes, I love you. I care you very much. Your singing is top notch, Hiyori. You're great. But I like recently watched this video by this YouTuber named Ploopy something 29836 something. Ploopy, she makes a lot of K-pop videos, and she was like talking about like choreography and stuff and like dancing, and how when everyone's doing their own thing, it can look really messy. Even individually, they're all good dancers, but because they're not in sync, it's like very jarring. And she also mentioned how like when you're learning a dance as a group, you need to pick somebody to watch and match to them so you all can like be together, become one. And even they're kind of just doing their own thing. So I feel like that is very much the deciding factor. Thank you, airplane, for flying over my home. Go fly over the ocean or something. What if I was trying to sleep? Oh! But yeah, Eden, I love watching them perform. The choreography is very difficult. So I am, like, in my little brain, I definitely take that into account when it's like, well, obviously, like, it's going to be harder for them to match up because their stuff is, like, really demanding and they have to sing on top of it and all that stuff. But it's what you do. It's what you do. So I don't think I actually, like, definitively said this, but why I think Fine won over Eden was because Fine was, like, very crisp and together. And even though it was simple, because it was so simple, it was able to be a very lovely, presented unison presentation given to whoever the heck judges SS. And Eden, while being epic and cool and delivering an amazing performance, it wasn't as crisp compared to Fine. So that is my personal theory. I'll find out if I read the translations, if they even like elaborate, who knows, but whatever. And now I'm going to talk more about Eden because Eden is one of my they just make me so happy, guys. They're one of my favorite units. I care them very much. Their dynamic is just so funny. It's so funny and unique. Honestly, I could probably do a whole live stream dedicated to me just loving on them because each of them and they're like every single member's relationship with each other is just amazing and I care it very much. But that's not what this live stream is about. What's that? What's that? Who is that? Oh, it's just my sister. Anyways. Eden, like I mentioned, Hiyori, he is just so fun to watch. He's so fun to watch. He's just so confident. It leaks out of his pores. Instead of sweat, it's just confidence. Pure concentrated confidence. And I love that for him. He's so great. He's just so fun. And like Hiyori, he's just amazing and he knows it. And I love that for him. We stan. And then Nagisa, honestly, in Deep Eclipse, I was kind of not underwhelmed, but I guess underwhelmed by him. Like he did a good job, but it didn't like really give like that authoritative vibe that I'm like used to, you know? Like in the Genesis, he's like all up in your face doing his thing, dancing the apocalypse, he hoo ha hoo ha. And it's just like very in your face. But I feel like personally, my favorite music video for Nagisa is actually Exceed. And I was not expecting that. I was trying to watch the music videos, like just watching them and seeing who naturally like grabbed my eye. And in a lot of the music videos, it like didn't really happen. A lot of them, it kind of like everyone just blended together, except for a few like Nikki and Crazy B, others that I'll get to. But in Exceed, I was not expecting like Nagisa to like just grip me by the neck and be like, you will view me. And me going, yes, sir. Like, he really just popped off and he, like, just whole powerhouse. Like, honestly, even better than the Genesis, better than Dancing the Apocalypse, in my opinion. And it was just like, boy, you're literally a 3-star. I'm gonna need you to take it down several pegs. He just popped off. It was so good. I love that for him. Nagisa's vocals in Deep Eclipse made me sad. T, it was so pretty. But Nagisa, he's just built different and I love that for him. Next we have June. Like I said, he's trying his best and that's what matters for me. Well, to me. And I actually noticed this a while ago, but Ibarra and June, like, what was it? Ibarra, when it comes to like hand movements, he's like kind of lazy with them. Like he does one of my personal pet peeves when it comes to any dance. Like I also like I forgot to mention this at the beginning, but like I also did musical theater and we do choreography, and in musical theater, they're like, you need to like stretch out your hand, big movements, yada yada yada. And like that's not true for like all performances, because some of them, like if it fits the vibe, you might want to do like smaller moves. But with Eden, where they're like very like big in your face choreography, like you're here for the performance, you do want to do that. And a lot of the time I see Ibarra with his elbows bent, and the way I literally want to just go through the screen and like just tape sticks to his arms. It's like a huge pet peeve when I see people just not extend their arms. It bothers me so much. So Ibarra, he, like when it comes to arm movements, he's kind of lazy. But when it comes to June, he's like very good with arm movements, like they're just so satisfying. But then when it comes to leg movements, and at least in the older music videos, Ibarra like he has very sharp kicks. Whenever they kick, it's amazing. I love his kicks. But June, when it comes to kicks, he's kind of like, he hesitates. He's a little reserved with his kicks. And I'm like, no, babes, let it out. Kick the air. Pretend like you're kicking me in the throat after you found me under your bed playing with your poo, like that one meme. What was that? How did that thing even start? Like, me, like what was I think it was like me under Harry Styles' bed playing with his poo. Everyone just hits unsubscribe. What was that? I would elaborate more, but no. Anyway, so I just think it's really cute how like the besties have parallel problem areas. I love that for them. Also, Ibarra, like fix your posture. I'm gonna tape a stick to your back too. Like, figure it out, babes. Okay, I'm done with the Ibarra slander. He can come back home now. Not that you could see him anyways. But yeah. But yeah, I think I mentioned this earlier, but like Eden, their choreography is on the harder side. So honestly, I'm like, I don't really take it too to heart with Ibarra and June. Like, they're trying their best, and I appreciate that. So they get a gold star in my book. Also, they're vocal legends. So, also, was it Awakening Myth? Whenever they add Awakening Myth, which I hope is soon, like, please, please, Happy Elements, pretty please. But if they cut out Ibarra and June's rap part, I will sue. I will fight. I will throw a tantrum. I will be so mad. So many angry tweets, so many angry YouTube videos, so many angry Insta stories. Like, if we do not get the rap in the beat map, I will lose my mind. It'll be gone. Also, June's dance break in Exceed, I don't think I need to say it. Cause if you've seen it, you know. You know, it doesn't even have to be said, but I'm gonna say it anyways. He popped off. Didn't need to go that hard, but he did. Like, Slay. I literally tried to say King and Slay at the same time, so Slay King. We love that for you. Also, what is it? Majestic Magic. June and Ibarra did so good in that. Like, when I watched that music video, I literally almost cried because I was like, oh my gosh. They improved so much. They did so good. My little babies. My baby babies. You know, little baby babies. Sling June. Help. Okay. Okay. Next unit is... That's not important. Oh wait, what, is there anyone mentioned in that? Nope. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, next unit, Undead. This one's actually really funny to me because I actually did write. I did not blow my nose. I was just breathing to help me calm down because I was getting a little too excited. Don't worry. It's okay. It'd be like that sometimes. But I literally wrote an essay about Undead. Don't ask me to publish it because I will not. But that's just one of the strange things that I do. Like, people be swearing up and down, enstars are normal. Enstars are normal. Is it normal to write a 3-page essay about polygons dancing? I don't think so. Wait. They did some dancing in Forbidden Rain before you say it. Oh, please. They've done, honestly, I love Undead. They're dancing when they do dance. It honestly is hit or miss. Only because Mr. Hikaze, you got some explaining to do. Koga confuses me sometimes, please. Okay, honestly, like, listen. Koga, I'll start with him. Because here's the thing. Koga, he is another character where it is very clear that he is having fun. But I haven't decided, honestly. But I might potentially need him to take it down a few pegs. Just a few pegs. Cause he does a thing called over dancing and kinda sticks out like a please, can I speak English? Sticks out like a sore thumb. Sometimes it makes me happy. Other times I'm like, sir, is your inner thigh okay? Cause you kind of reached in a really weird way. Like, overall, like, when I first noticed it, I'm like, oh, my cute little baby. But then when he starts getting in the way of Adonis, I'm like, okay, son. Okay, son. It depends. Really depends on my mood. He kicked the camera and was like, But yeah, Koga, I love him. Watching him dance really is a treat. He's very fun. And honestly, it really did work to his benefit and perfectly imperfect. Like, that energy was just great, especially when him and, like, Kuro were doing their little, their little up in each other's face thing. That was rad. That was so cute of them. But sometimes it works. Other times I'm kind of like, sir, please, I love you, but calm down just a tad. But in some of them it works. But yeah, Adonis, I love Adonis. I want him. Not the Undead needs to stop harassing camera. But Adonis, I love Adonis. And Adonis has the same problem with Kohaku where I care him very much, but a lot of the time he really just fades into the background. He like doesn't stand out. And I'm like, it makes me sad because I wanna like like granted, like his dancing, it's very much going through the motions, but not as polished as the other characters that I have mentioned look like they're going through the motions. Like his is kind of like, I am going through the motions, period. Sometimes it's a little choppy, but he's like, I don't know, he's like newer to this. Also, it could be his muscles, his bulging muscles just make it a little harder to maneuver. They're super difficult choreography. When they lift up those microphones, you know what kills me? Because it literally just flashed in my brain. Like I was about to get hit by a car, my life was flashing before my eyes. When they like will pick up the mics and walk around the stage, like Koga, he's like all dramatic and flailing that thing, because that's his little thingy. Like Koga's little dancing quirk is just doing too much, and I love him for that. Adonis, he just picks it up and just walks. And just compared to everyone like Ray and Kaoru walking with their swagger, Koga doing whatever Koga does in his corner, and then just having Adonis pick it up amongst all of that, that makes me chuckle. Makes me chuckle a lot. You better stop. You better stop. Comments, I can't do this. But like just Adonis just lifting it up and walking casually. I love that for him. Like what was it? That one song like Valentine's Eve Nightmare, Valentine Nightmare Eve, whatever that song is called. I can never get the order right. When they literally at the very end, they're posed, they grab their mic, move, and pose. Like it's just so funny watching Adonis just grab it, walk, and then just, he is there. I love him. Next, Ray. Ray is 1,000% the best dancer in Undead. Like, and honestly, this is one of those characters where I was like really shocked by this revelation. Like, whenever they did have choreography, I thought you're tired. What are you doing? Like, he's just such a, you understand? Like, yeah, but like, and like, he's just very graceful about it too. He's just so shocking because first of all, he's good at dancing, which I guess makes sense how he got his like oddball status. But then also like his dancing isn't like, in your face. It's like very graceful, if that makes any sense. Like, it makes sense in my brain. I don't know if it translates to others, but when I watch him, all I think is like, ooh, like graceful. It's so great. And I love that for him. He's just enjoyable to watch because like my eyes are just so pleased and calmed. And like, even though they're literally screaming, the world is so horrible, grr! And he's just doing his thing. 10 out of 10. Would recommend watching Ray perform. And then we have my poor boy, my poor little boy, Kaoru Hikaze. He's hit or miss. Like what I said earlier, that like the Undead choreography can be like hit or miss. I feel like he really is like the mood maker. He kind of like solidifies it just because they're a group of 4. Koga is going to be doing the most no matter what. Ray is gonna be doing his own little thing no matter what. Adonis is gonna just be, for lack of a better word, mediocre. Man, it really hurt my soul to say that because I love him so much, but like he just does his stuff. He understood the assignment. He makes up for it with vocals, so it's okay. But like, if Karu decides it's a good day and he dances, he can balance out Koga and Adonis being less experienced. When he decides to not give a poo, problems ensue. Like in Forbidden Rain, I thought this was so funny because he really like popped off in that. Don't know why, but he popped off in that. Well, in my little head as I was watching it, I like to think that he was like, oh, this is a music video. This is like gonna be a little brick on the internet. I should try, I guess. So that's why he did. But like when Karu tries, like it's so beautiful. Like it's very low effort, but like floaty. That's like literally every time I watch him, he does a good job. That's all I think about. He's like very floaty, very like nonchalant, but like in a good way. Because he has this nonchalant where it's like, okay, you're not trying. Go take a nap if you're not going to put effort in, my dude. And then other times where it's like, it just feels floaty. Guess kind of going into a whole little flirtatious thing he got going. Like, I don't even care. But like, he does care because it looks nice. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, pretty rad. So overall, I really enjoy watching Undead perform. Like also their vocals are just crazy good. I remember, this isn't about dancing, but like when I first got into OnStars and I like listened to an Undead song for the first time, I didn't realize Koga was Koga until I like found a color coded music video. And I was like, holy heck, like his voice, it's just so beautiful. Like sometimes it has this like little like I almost did a live stream about this the other day where I was gonna like talk about their singing and like who I really like. But Koga has like a little vocal quirk where it like, I don't think I can do it, but he like he puts oomph in like random words. Oh, I don't think I was gonna talk about who I liked singing. I thought I was gonna I'm pretty sure I was gonna make a video making fun of the different ways the characters sing, and I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna sing this song like I was Koga and just like go like in front of every new phrase. I feel like a bully, but like his voice is like really pretty when he kind of like sings, like just the sings. Like in Death Game Holic, if you've heard it, if you haven't, fix that. But he like has a little ooh yeah at the end of the song, and it is, when I tell y'all my jaw dropped, like Koga and Death Game Holic honestly is like a treat we did not deserve. He's just honestly, Koga is just such a wild card. Like his dancing, his vocals, he's like a whole package, and it's very much like, it's like, I'm just so like, it's like if he was a real human being, I would just be like, wow, I cannot wait to see where you're gonna be in like 5 years, 10 years. Like he can only go up. He's like so, like it's very, not rare, but it's like, it's just so surreal to like just see a little critter with so much potential. Like he's literally just like a little glowing ball of potential. Like, what are you gonna become, my boy? I love him so much. He's so great. But yeah. And then the choreography. Most of the time, the choreography is like very simple. Like in Perfectly Imperfect, the choreography was like pretty involved, a little teetering on the intense side. And they did a pretty good job. They did a really good job. So it's like when they have difficult choreography, they pull it off. If Mr. Hikaze decides to put an effort, because like I said, he really is like just the little balancing act. But overall, the choreography is like very simple. So it's like when they do mess up, I'm kind of like, why? Especially Kuro Hikaze. Like, sir, figure it out. Like, listen, he's my favorite. I care him very much. I want him to be happy, but also I'm going to bully him because he doesn't have an excuse. He's not like a baby wavy. He's not new to this like Adonis. Like, sir, figure it out. Come on, figure it out. Anyways, next, Akatsuki. Akatsuki is another one of those units where today they kind of just blew me away, and I discovered some truths. Well, opinions. I just like saying truths because it's a fun word to say. But like, no, I'm just talking about my opinion. Discovered some truths that I was not expecting. Was not expecting these things to happen. No. So I started with Perfectly Imperfect because that was just the first one to show up. And in Perfectly Imperfect, Kuro really popped off. Like, honestly, I never, like, really paid attention to Akatsuki's choreography individually. Like, I really love how they integrate props into their routines. I think the choreography is very beautiful, but also, like, intense. And it's, like, it's just so fun to watch. But, like, a different kind of fun than, like, the other units where it's fun to watch. Like, I don't know how to really describe it other than it's just serotonin. It makes me happy. Like, that's all I can say. But, I never, like, really watched them individually. Like, they kind of, like, blended into, like, just one absolute unit, and together they're just so nice. And today I think I figured out why that is. But, in Perfectly Imperfect, Kuro, he, like, there's a lot of moments where he's, like, bending. Like, I don't know how, so he's, like, lounging, and he's, like, crouched, and his, like, knees are at a 90-degree angle, and he's, like, kind of doing that. I don't know how to describe it. Like, kind of like, you know, like a little gangster squat. Kind of like that, but not quite. But there's a lot of that, and it's just, like, very impressive, and you can tell he's giving his all. Like I mentioned earlier with Koga, when he had the little showdown part, it was just really fun. Like, Kuro, in Perfectly Imperfect, my eyes were drawn to him. I was basically watching him the whole time. I had to rewatch it a few times to, like, watch the others to, like, get an opinion, if there was an opinion. But Kuro really stood out to me. Soma also stood out, but Kuro definitely stole the show for me. Let's see. Remember that poop post you made about drawing the fusion outfits? You were right. Yeah, honestly, some people literally came back to comment on that video saying, hey, like, why is this literally the stuff? When I tell y'all, I literally punched air when I saw that. Like, kind of off topic, not really. But, like, that was a joke. I was hoping that wouldn't be the case, but it is what it is. Honestly has me scared for the Ruseitai Knights. I really hope they use the Knights uniform as the base, because honestly, what I do not need is Izumi in a Ruseitai recolored outfit. I am sorry, but I am not sorry. Imagine them just, like, in a rainbow Knights uniform. Honestly? See, now I'm really off topic now, but, like, honestly, Happy Elements, you, like, want to hire me as a designer, like, Oh, we're gonna get to the Kato event song MV. We're gonna get to that. But, so after seeing Perfectly Imperfect, I was kind of like, oh, Kuro is, like, the best dancer in Akatsuki, which, you know, you shouldn't make judgments based off one music video. That's why I watch multiple for each unit. But I was like, oh, that makes sense. Like it just made sense to me, because, like, Kuro, he's great at everything, so of course he's gonna be the best of best. And then I watched the event song. The Kato little Halloween one. And Kuro was still good. However, Soma went from, like, catching my eye every so often to he was the only thing I looked at. And I literally had to rewatch to watch Kuro. And then I had to watch again because I literally forgot Kato existed, but I'm going to get into that in a second. Soma, in my opinion, is the best dancer in Akatsuki. And he really pops off. And it honestly really shocked me, just because in my little brain, he's like a little baby. Like, I've been thinking about Soma a lot recently. And, like, just the relationships he has with different people. It is so cute. He's very versatile. He feels he just feels like a person. But he's also, like, my little sweet idiot. Like, I care him very much. And it honestly just does not feel fair, because he's beautiful. He's a vocal legend. He has personality for days. And he is just a powerhouse on the dance floor. Like, I really was not expecting it just because a lot of times he like just seems very confused and like airheaded and clueless, which I also love because like there's just that gap because he's like very serious and strict, and then he just has these little areas where he's like he just doesn't know things. He's ignorant and he's like a little baby. Like the way like with Kuro, he's like, I don't know, he's like a little disciple. He's like, oh, Kuro's so cool, Kuro's so cool. With Kato, he like goes to Kato immediately whenever he has a problem, and he's kind of like a little baby for Kato. And then when he's with Adonis, they're just like little friends, and they're all happy and bubbly. And he like gets to like teach Adonis things, and they also get to learn things together. And he just wants to be a good friend for his bestie, and look strong and cool, and he's so cute. And then when he's with Karuhikaze, he's just like, "Grr, boo, hiss, I will kill you." And then when he's with Kanata, he's just like, "Ooh, turtles!" Like he's all over the place, and he's just so cute, and I love him, and I care him, and he's just so sweet. And then he gets on stage, and he's kind of like, but like not literally because he's not like that. Their performances aren't like that most of the time, but like he's just a powerhouse. He's the whole meal. Not the whole meal. The whole package. He's an absolute unit. We stand. If you don't stand, there is something wrong with you. Like he's just so great. I care him so much. He's just so good. Like he's just so great. And Kuro, he's amazing too. Very solid. He understood the assignment. He's like very fun to watch too, because you can just feel the confidence radiating off of Kuro, which is like so great. I love that for him. Like it's just so great. And then we have Kato, my love, my dear. Help him. Someone please help this man. Someone help. And listen, I'm going to cut him some slack. Just like I did with Ibarra and Eden, Akatsuki, their choreography a lot of the time is kind of intense. Pretty intense. Like, honestly, at first you look at it and you're like, oh, that's not like too hard. But I feel like my perception of it was like warped because naturally I like want to look at the middle because who's in the middle a lot? Kato. And what does Kato do? The bare minimum. Listen. Like watching all these performances, like it is just so fun. Like really watching how these different units like really earned their placement in the lore. Like you can tell, like after watching like a bunch of Fine's music videos back to back to back, and especially like back to back with Dark Eclipse, it was like, oh, this is why Fine's #1 in all of Yume no Saki. I get it now. I'm no longer bitter because for the longest time, like when I first got into enstars, all I had was the audio. I couldn't actually see them perform. And now we have the whole piece, and it's like, oh, this makes sense. Watching Akatsuki perform, oh, this is why they're #2. And Akatsuki, honestly, whoever decided this, they're like an absolute genius. But Kato, it was like made pretty apparent in like the Halloween event. Like he's just not like up to par with like the whole hard whatever, the more like choreography movements, if that makes any sense. Like, and it makes sense for him lore wise. Like they've mentioned about him like being weak or whatever, like just a teeny weeny beanie boy. We love him, we stand. Like you give him a bow and arrow, it's over for you. But like with nothing, he's kind of just and I love him anyways. I wouldn't have him any other way. But when you have Kato in the middle, who was like doing like a very soft version of the choreography, and then you have Soma and Kuro on either side of him, it really balances it out, and it kind of just makes Soma and Kuro look like an extension of him. So he's kind of like, you know, when like a wing flaps and a bird in the middle, like the bird's like main body is like stagnant in the middle, and then the wings are kind of going every which way. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Like, to me, this is my personal theory of why, for so many years, I just let Kato get away with doing the bare minimum that he does. Like, please. Okay, we'll move him. There we go. But he's still secretly watching you. He'll never leave you. Kawaku is always there. Go. Anyways. Like, that is my personal theory as to why Kato gets away with what he gets away with. But he just, it's great. But yeah, like I said, he's just, the choreography is harder. I'm not gonna bully him, but sometimes it is very funny, like watching him, like just nonchalantly, like wave his hand in the air while Kuro and Soma are like busting their spines in half. It's so great. I mean, if his B movie card comes home, I'm not complaining. Yeah. See, Kuro. There's something else I wanted to mention, but I can't remember what it was. Give me a second. Kuro, Soma. Oh, I remember. In I'll Be With You. Kato, I was watching it, and I was watching Kato specifically because I was like, is he gonna slack off? Is he gonna pull a Midori and slack off? But no, like, he actually did the choreography really well. Like, my little baby, my little baby boy. So this is one of those things where it's kind of like the opposite of Crazy Bee, but it's like when the choreography is simple, obviously, like he can excel and he does it well. In fact, very well. So in I'll Be With You, he blends in perfectly. He looked really nice when I watched him. I was like just a little happy bean because compared to everyone else, like he literally was doing an amazing job, especially with Midori. I will get to the Midori slander soon. Don't worry, except it's not slander. But yeah. And I remember when I used to watch your crew lost footages at least twice a day, every day. Oh, I need to finish that series. Dang, the timeline's ruined. It's fine. It's whatever. I forgot that show exists. Honestly, me too. I'm still mad that I literally wasted 4 MB gems on Kato and Leo's outfit. Because here's the thing. Leo's, I don't even use it. Kato's, I really never use it. Like, it's not that he doesn't look good in it, but with everybody else, no, no thank you. No thanks. Anyways. But yeah, Katsuki, love the performances. Also, all of their songs are bops. They literally do not have a bad song, and you can at me because I'm right. Next, Ruseitai. Oh my gosh. I could cry. I could cry tears. My eyeballs could fall out because of all the excess moisture. I'm not okay. Chiaki Morisawa. Like, I really do not talk about him enough, but he is one of my favorite characters. He just makes me so happy. Like, he is literally just a ball of joy. He's just a ball of joy. And their performances are just so great. Like, if you are sad, if you're having a bad day, put on some Ruseitai. Put on some Ruseitai and be happy. Put them on and be a happy little bean boy. Like, come on now. Come on now. And Ruseitai is another one of those units where it's like, they blend together pretty well, but at the same time, no they don't. Because listen, Chiaki, I knew he was like an amazing performer because whenever I would watch like Ruseitai, like music videos, I automatically watch him just because you see it on his face, you see it in his movements. He is so excited to be there. And also like just reading the stories, like I read a lot of like Ruseitai stories back when they were still up. Like Chiaki's heart and soul is this group. And Ruseitai like just has an extra special place in my heart just because of like Chiaki's passion for it. Like I love characters who are really passionate. Like Koga, even though he is like really problematic and I want to slap him a lot of the time, he's just so passionate about his craft that like I can't hate him. I can't do it, guys. I'm sorry. Like, he's not real, so it's okay. I don't condone his bad behavior, but he's just so passionate. I can't do it. And Chiaki, he's like just, I honestly feel like he might be the most passionate character in enstars. Don't at me on that one because like I might just be like my brain might just be clouded with Chiaki because all I can think about right now is Morisawa Chiaki, Morisawa Chiaki, Morisawa Chiaki. Like, he's so cute. But like, his dancing is so great. He's so good at it too. Like, it's one thing when you're like passionate about things and it's like you're trying your best. So like that earnesty is what like draws you to them. But like, not only does Chiaki like eat, breathe, sleep Ruseitai, like he's a banger at it. Like, holy balls, he's so good. Like, it's just crazy. Like, what was it? In their little event song, the little Shinobu event one, and they're like doing a little move where they're like jumping with like their hands in the air, doing a little shake, and like they're holding up a leg. They're holding a leg up in the air. Literally, it's like little moves like that. I really like to like rewatch, like just watch every single character do it. And like some of the characters, you can like see their leg kind of falter a little near the very end. Chiaki not only kept his leg up and straight the entire time, but like his leg did not falter once. Not once. Like, just the first of all, like the leg strength like needed to do that. I hated doing that crap in PE. Like, it wasn't like exactly that, but like just lifting up your leg. Hated doing that. He's just, I just love Chiaki, guys. I love him. His dancing is so great. His vocals are great. Like, he really does like carry Ruseitai, and I don't mean that to like dismiss the others because they're amazing too. But it's just like the Ruseitai spirit is Chiaki. If you took Chiaki out of Ruseitai, I don't think it'd be Ruseitai. Like, if you like other characters in Ruseitai more than Chiaki, literally, no, you don't. You're what we call a liar. Get your stuff figured out. And next, I'm going to talk about one who really surprised me, but really shouldn't have, and that's Tettera, because, when I tell y'all, this boy caught me so off guard by just stealing the show. Basically, if I wasn't watching Chiaki, it was because Tettera, like, came up in my face, punched me in the throat, and said, "View me," and I said, "Yes, sir." Who gave him the rights? Who gave him the rights? Who gave him the right? Like, he's just so good. Tettera is just so good, and it like makes sense because of his martial arts. Like, I love his SPPs where he like does the little kickies and the kicky wickies and the more kicks and the kicks and the kicks and the kickity kick and the click clack, the clack kick. Like, he's just so good. Like, when he does little aerial stuff, I love that. His movements are so sharp. He's just so good. He's just great. Also, his vocals are like killer, and he's adorable, and I love him, and he's great, and his character development is like amazing. Like, what does make me sad is like when you have a character that's already like a good person, people don't really acknowledge the growth as much. I know this isn't dancing, but this is my stream. I can do what I want. Like, but like his just growth and like making relationships, his attitudes towards things, I really just loved it. I just adored it. Like, when he first joined Ruseitai, he literally joined it because he felt like he didn't have any other choice. He wanted to join Akatsuki. He got turned down. And he was like, well, if no other unit wants me, I guess I'll go to Ruseitai. And even then, he had a pretty piss-poor attitude. But it was like, I feel like people didn't really, like, hang it over him just because they're like, well, we get it. You want to be in Akatsuki. Akatsuki's like the really good unit. And now you're in Ruseitai, which is like basically a nobody, a hoopity hoo ho hum. But now like he like enjoys being in Ruseitai. I don't think it was Meteor Impact. Whatever their like or was it? Whatever their like graduation event story was. You like really got to see like just how Tettera had a full 180 about his attitude towards Ruseitai, to spoilers, to the point where he was like so mad, he was moved to angry tears when Midori was talking about leaving. He's like, "You can't leave me!" Huh, huh, huh. Like, little B. Man, I love that. Honestly, that's one of my favorite event stories. Like, Ruseitai. He's so good. Like, his development was like, his is one of my favorites. Like, a lot of the more dramatic ones, like Shu and Kaoru and Eichi and Ibarra, like those get a lot of praise because it's like you literally have like bottom of the barrel people, and then they turn into decent human beings. But like Tedder's, it's like it's just one of those like very fulfilling ones. Like they just make you feel good. Seeing someone go from like Gerbu hiss to I care about these people and I don't want them to leave my side. Those are the ones that like really make me like want to tear up and just explode and die on the floor. I should make a live stream about character development. I probably shouldn't have put that out there because now people might get their hopes up. But also I might do it one day because I am really bored recently. But may or may not happen. Anyways, Kanata. I love Kanata. Kanata! He's one of those characters where he's very fun to watch. And sometimes he makes like little itty bitty mistakes that I'm not gonna lie kind of irk me. Like in the Shinobu event, like I would say the titles. I'm sorry, I don't have them memorized. I'm not a real Rusei P. I'm sorry. But there's a part where like they all do like a little kick, like it's knee up and then they kick like a little like a 1-2 like motion. Hold on, can I did my finger fit the thing? Hold on, it's like that kind of thing. And Kanata, he goes like that, and he never does the kick. He never does the kick. And when I tell you that lack of a kick is still lingering in my mind, just the lack of gratification of him finishing it, I'll never be the same. Kanata, please. Also, he kind of like just does his own thing a lot, which you know what? I love that for him. Like when he like runs around, he like has little hands on his little puka puka motion. Like that's so cute. He's just in his own little world and he's having fun. And that's the heart of Ruseitai. What's the point of being a hero if you don't have fun? Like honestly, the fact that like Ruseitai like caters to kids and like Chiaki loves like doing stuff for kids, that it's just so sweet. Oh, he's so good. He's so good. Anyways, next Shinobu. Shinobu has like a similar issue to Kohaku in the way that he kind of fades into the background. And even when I was trying to focus on him for the sake of like trying to figure out can he dance? I had a really hard time just keeping my eyes on him with Tedera and Chiaki just inches away. Like he does the stuff. He definitely understood the assignment. He does the dance. He's good. He's fine. But he just doesn't like really stick out or like shine. Even in like his own like song where he was literally the center, I was kind of like, Chiaki, Tedera, which honestly that like makes me so upset when it's like you're literally the focus and I cannot focus on you. Like that made me sad. I still love Shinobu, like I love him very much, but I'm like, maybe that's just the ninja in him, just like Kohaku, except Kohaku's like not a ninja, but like you get it. So it's lore important, haha. But I don't care if it's important in the lore, relevant to the lore. I want my baby to shine. I want him to shine. Yeah, honestly, it's so fun like watching his little legs go. Like in his event song, I didn't really notice him, but in not Rusei Hanabi, it was the song when it's like da 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 da. I think it's called Meteor Scramble. Anyways, that song. I didn't like really notice him, but I could see him, and that made me happy. He did his little dance. He's like honestly, he's like really good at dancing, but like he just blends into the back, which makes me sad. And now for everyone's favorite sad boy, Midori Takamine. I can't even, like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at him. But he's very awkward with his movements. And it's cute sometimes. And other times it feels like he's being lazy. Like at first, like in the earlier Rusei Tai MVs, it's like kind of clear that he like just doesn't want to be there. It'd be like that, I guess. But also, like, I'm like, how are you gonna treat Chiaki's dream like this? I will, sir, I don't care if you're a baby. We will take this outside. But then as like the MVs progress, like you can see on his face that he's genuinely having a good time, which I love. Like he just moves awkwardly, which I'm like, you know what? That's endearing. That's cute. He's trying. At least he fixed his face. No more furrowed eyebrows. Now he has a genuine smile as his long limbs are just like, what year is it? Please, we don't talk about the SPP except yes we do because that is so funny. Like when he just... Do you guys just want Kohaku to disappear? Fine, I'll take the baby away. Ibarra, you get your place back. But that was great. But yeah, Midori, he's trying. Now he is. So I guess it's okay. Bro kicked the air and called it a... Like, everyone be coming after Himeru, but y'all let Midori get away with that. Okay. My boy. My little boy. But yeah. Rusei Tai, their choreography is like it's very fun. It's like very fun and bouncy and bubbly and it makes me happy. And it very much feels like a group of friends came together and made this choreography together. And I love that. That's probably what they did. Like, based on the anime, I'm, like, assuming that it's mostly Chiaki, and then Kanata comes in and, like, adds a little something on top, which, you know, I approve. That is my headcanon. That is my headcanon. And then as, like, the others were, like, more on board, they start adding their input, too, and it's just so cute. I love them so much. But, But yeah, like the choreography just looks so fun. So yeah, so like especially like, and also sometimes it's like honestly a little more on the difficult side, which makes me extra go like, But yeah, they're funky and I care them very much, and I love their choreography. And that was Rusei Tai. Next, we're gonna talk about Switch. I feel like I've talked about them before in a last live stream. Like, I really don't have a lot to say about them. Like, the choreography, it's fine. It's entertaining. For the most part, it's, like, pretty simple. It's pretty simple. They're having fun. So, like, I don't really think there's, like, a lot to say. But, like, Majestic Magic kind of went, oh, so they're dancers. So Switch is full of dancers. And I totally forgot. Like Akatsuki, I literally had like a ranking for them. Like, I'm sure if you were here for that, you probably know. Like you can figure it out based on what I said. But Switch is another one of those units where I'm like, I pretty much like have like a pretty solid ranking when it comes to like dancing skills. Sora, number 1. Anytime I see him like dance, I just immediately watch him. He has so much energy. He's having so much fun. He's just a little ball of energy. And not just that, he's good at it. Majestic Magic was like so great. I loved it. Like every time I rewatched that music video, I was just like staring at Sora. He's just having so much fun. And it honestly makes me wish that Switch had like more intense choreography so that he could just go back to being a little throughout the whole thing. Do I have Sora? Sora! I do! I do have Sora! And little Sora. Yeah, he really did eat. Like, he did not need to go that hard. But he did! Go off, King. Yeah, he's just so good. Like, I forget which story it was, but like there was a story where Natsume was literally like, he was so happy that Sora like came to school the year that he did, Because Natsume was like, I don't think Sora would have been able to survive being a 5 oddball, like being put in that position. And watching Sora perform, I went, oh, yeah. AHU wouldn't, like, honestly, I feel like if Sora was like in the same year as Natsume, Natsume wouldn't have even been with the 5 oddballs, would have been Sora, like, hands down. Kind of a, kind of a, kind of a, kind of a king, kind of a legend. I know he's like still alive, but like he's a legend. He's a legend. And then we have Smoogie. Smoogie, I don't know how to describe it, but like just watching him dance is just so majestic. He like makes it look so easy, like it's so effortless. His face is just so calm and collected. He hits the moves like bam, 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 and it's so great. Never a mistake. He's just perfect. And then Natsume, he does it like every so often he like falters. Natsume, my brain justifies it as like he's definitely like a singer. He's a vocalist. Vocals are his priority, and as they should be. Go off, King, slay. Like, he's a vocalist. We can't all be like absolute powerhouses like Soma Kanzaki. But yeah, Natsume, sometimes he like falters, sometimes he stumbles a little. I get a nice little chuckle. Typically, I would like pull out my timestamps and be like, haha, what a loser. Except not really, because that's mean. But I don't have any of those right now. I was too busy enjoying Sora today. So, no timestamps. I'm sorry. But if you look, every so often, not Sora, Natsume, he does a little stumble wumble and it's funny. But yeah, but like also like for the times where like Natsume isn't freaking up, it honestly low key be looking like he's like a better dancer than Samugi, only because Natsume has like a little more like charisma. Him and his my little kitty, my little Koneko-chan, like that energy. But Samugi, he's just so calm and just it's just so calm, and I appreciate that. But yeah, the choreography, it's like very simple. But in Majestic Magic, which I would definitely consider like an intense song, they ate. They ate. And if you disagree, I'm sorry, but like this isn't a conversation. It's a fact. It is a fact that they ate. And you can cry about it. Take it up with God. I do not make the rules. I don't. Next, we have Valkyrie. Valkyrie, I'm probably gonna mix up the pronunciation, doesn't matter. Because when I tell you, nearly pissed my little pants while I was watching them. They are incredible. Like, I always knew that Valkyrie was incredible. But like, and when their music videos came out, like, not even the music videos, like when I heard their music, I was like, oh, like, I can see them being the top of Yume no Saki. And watching their music videos, I was like, yeah, I can picture them being the top of Yume no Saki at one point. Anyways, like seeing these videos, I was like, oh, I could see them being the top at Yume no Saki. But the first Valkyrie music video that I saw today was Artistic Partisan. And I'm gonna give like a little backstory, like going a little out of order. But yesterday I was thinking about how like Maui, he was like canonically the best dancer in Alkaloid. So I watched a lot of Alkaloid music videos and I was kind of like, about it. I'll get into them because they're literally next on my list. But basically I came to like the consensus that like Alkaloid, it's like their choreography isn't like very in my face, but it makes sense because they're rookies. Like they're literally brand new little idol dudes, and Tatsumi, while he has more experience, he's like coming off of a psychological injury. So it'd be like that sometimes. So like I wasn't like, it was just like they're rookies. It made sense that they're rookies. Visually, like I can tell that they're rookies. And I appreciate enstars like keeping up with like the canon crap, you know? I appreciate that. And then I watched Artistic Partisan like with the whole Alkaloid thing in my brain. And when you like have basically all of the Alkaloid choreographies fresh in your little teeny tiny brain. And then you just see Valkyrie next to them. It kind of just shows you that dummy thick gap between them, little brand new baby bears, and who literally were reigning Yuma no Saki for however long they were at the top. Like, like literally my jaw dropped. Literally on the floor. I had to pick up my teeth, glue them back in because they broke because they fell so hard. Like you can literally see in their movements the difference. Like it's insane. Like there's this one scene where this one part where it's like I believe it's Tatsumi and Mika, and they like have their spears crisscrossed and they're like walking in a circle. Like Tatsumi, as he like walks, the spear like moves with him because he's like moving his whole body. But Mika, his spear barely jitters as he moves. He's like holding that thing. He's literally like a statue. The steady hand, it's so good. It was so good. Like not only like Artist or Partisan, like it's just an amazing song. It is a bop, goes so hard, but like holy stinky poo poo. It's just amazing. I think I had a timestamp. Here we go. I don't remember exactly what happens at this point, but I have a timestamp for Artistic Partisan at 1:21, and then the note that says you can see the difference between Alkaloid and Valkyrie, wide eye emoji. And it's just so crazy because it's like when they like have I don't remember what dance move they were doing, but it's like literally the 2 Valkyrie members in the front and then the 4 members of Alkaloid in the back. And like with Valkaloid, just like Valkaloid, please, not me mixing them, but like Valkyrie right front and center. You like can just really see. It looks like Alkaloid are backup dancers, which honestly they kind of are because you really cannot compare. Like Shu and Mika, they ate, and Shu, he just was outstanding in this. He was amazing. Like, words left my mouth. He was just so good. Honestly, I'm probably gonna go like watch it a few more times on loop after this stream just because it's so incredible. Like, ugh. Like his arrogance. It's backed up. It checks out. He's like, I'm the best. I deserve to be at the top of Yuma no Saki. Like, yeah, checks out. Yeah, yes, very much that. And then I watched some other Valkyrie music videos, and Shu, he sticks out a lot just because like it's very much that like Mika's like letting Shu be the spotlight because of like kind of his MO. He's like, Shu is the best. Oshi-san, poo 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 pee pee poo poo. Like he just does whatever. But there's a scene in the dang it, I forget which song that was, but there's like this one scene in one of their music videos where like their hands are like they're like not touching, they're like hovering next to each other, and in perfect unison they go to the top. And I know some people are gonna be like, it's like not as impressive because it's like a robot dancing, it's a little polygon doing the dancey dance, but it's like they're just so in sync. And it's crazy. Like, they just look so amazing together. Like, their choreography is so great and lovely, and they just execute it so perfectly. I love that. And even though they're, like, they're doing two, like, they have 2 different distinct dancing styles, they just mesh so well. I care them very much. It's very cool. So, yeah, very epic and cool. Next, Alkaloid. Honestly, I don't really have a lot to say about them. Like, I think I basically said everything I wanted to say, like, in the other part. I was like, oh, this will be quick, but like, it's basically everything. Like, they're rookies. They do the choreography. Sometimes Ira might do a little stumble-wumble. But, like, also their choreography is very simple. So it's like, I can't really, like, be like, oh, you're a good or a bad dancer because their choreography isn't hard. Like, it's just not. Honestly, like, even, like, your speculation, I was honestly really disappointed when I watched it last night, because it's, like, such an upbeat song, and you'd expect, like, a lot of movement and there just isn't. The camera angles might trick you, but don't do the thing that I did. Don't pay attention to their actual movements. If you like are very like performance, if you really like enjoy the music videos, don't do what I did. Like, don't pay attention to it. Then you're gonna probably be like, oh, that wasn't like as epic and cool as I remember it because yeah. And it's not that it's bad, it's just like, it's very simple. And like a lot of time, honestly, the choreography doesn't really feel like it matches the song. Like in Kiss of Life, I honestly feel like that was the peak. And ever since then, it's kind of like, we're moving. We're moving, guys. But yeah, I love looking at Hero. Kind of off topic, I just like looking at him. So yeah, that's Alkaloid. How many more units? I think there's like, okay, we're almost at the end. Next, 2Wink. Honestly, I shouldn't be surprised with this unit because I literally put my faves in their music videos all the time. But their choreography, they eat. They ate the whole meal, left no crumbs. I'm currently starving because they ate everything. Like, it's just amazing. They're just really good. Their choreography is so intense. Always. They pop off. They just pop off. Their stuff is really intense. It's really great. One thing I wasn't expecting was like in Mischievous Party Time, like I didn't watch every 2Wink music video. But in Mischievous Party Time, Yuta like had more energy than Hinata, which I wasn't expecting. Like I always thought like Hinata was supposed to be the more like and then Yuta was more reserved. But maybe it's different on the stage. I don't know. I'm not really like too deep into the 2Wink lore. Don't kill me, but if you will, make it fast. But yeah. Honestly, they're just really fun to watch. I love their music videos. Their songs are fun. They're a lot like Rusei Tower, where it's like they just make me happy. I care them very much. See, I don't have a lot, but like, oh yeah, the answer. Like, are they good dancers? Yes, they're amazing dancers. They're incredibly talented. Like, holy heck. Like, 2Wink, honestly, watching their music videos today and like really paying attention, it really does like piss me off because like they're so good. Their songs are so good and fun. Their choreography is great. Objectively, they are a great unit. But because of Yuma no Saki's stupid system, they like weren't given a chance. Also, the way they like literally gave up their spot to help Trickstar, like that was so sweet. That was so sweet of them. But like honestly, like if they didn't have like the whack voting system, I really do think they would have had a shot like at SS or like get pretty close to it because they're really good. They're really good. So good. Yes, the live will be up on my channel afterwards. So yeehaw, you can watch it later or rewatch if you so desire. At least so far, it's going to be kept up. There's always a chance that things can go horribly wrong with these last 4 units. But yeah, Yuta and Hinata, great dancers. Stop sleeping on them. They're insanely talented. I will fight you. Like, I don't even, like, really stand 2Wink. I like Yuta. I'm not a huge fan of Hinata. But acknowledge them. Do it, you cowards. Next, Rabbits. This is another one that pisses me off because they're a newer unit, they're not given an actual chance because of Yuma no Saki's stupid voting. So like, oh, well, if you don't show that you have taste, you get points deducted. PP, poo-poo. Hate that so much. But Rabbits was really shocked because their choreography, they're a lot like Fine, where they're so in sync. They are so in sync. Like, it's crazy. And another thing that really shocked me was the member who kept catching my eye was Hajime. A little, oh my gosh, talk about a lion in sheep's clothing, or should I say rabbit's clothing. Like, Hajime's movements are so clean. They are so crisp. They are so satisfying. Like, they're just so simple and clean. Is the way that you're making me feel tonight. Like, that's the only way I can really describe it. Mitsuru, his movements have like a lot of energy. Like, I don't think that's the right word. Like, they're just big. His movements are like very big, but like they still like fit with everyone else. And then like not Natsume. Nazuna and Tomoya, they just do it. They do the choreo and they do it well. It's very good. They like blend together so nice. Their choreography is cute. And it's honestly like pretty involved too. So it's like honestly just even more heartbreaking that literally people left during their first performance and they were going this hard. Like, Aichi, I know we're like dating or whatever, but like we're gonna need to have a conversation about some of your past actions. That was pretty whack of you. That was pretty weird. That was a little silly of you. A little sus, if you ask me. Camera angles do such a good job disguising bland choreo. See Gate of Abyss to prove my point. Honestly, T. I literally forgot to mention this, but what is it? In Breakthrough by Trickstar. Honestly, like the choreography, I couldn't even like really tell if it was like good or bad because the camera angles literally just hid everything. I couldn't like they literally did not like show like a full wide shot of like them just dancing. It was like a and I'm like, okay, can you like calm down, camera? We get it, cameraman. You're like really excited, like calm down, like calm down. Come on now, come on. Yeah, like rabbits. Stop sleeping on them. They're like really cute and fun. The whole rabbits, at least the original rabbits, people leaving during their performances, the main story of enstars. I think it's even in the anime too. Man, that hit hard. I did not really enjoy the enstars anime, but like that scene still hit hard. Anyways, yeah. Next, Ma'am slash what's it called? Double Face slash Madara Mikajima. Literally just one guy. Because I'm not including Kohaku in this because I don't feel like it. But Madara, he's just a good dancer. His stuff is fun. His solo stuff is fun. The choreo and I was nice. Stippling basically had nothing until the very end. And that whole thing, it was just like so fluid and nice. So like, he was a good dancer. I don't really have anything else to say. I don't really pay attention to him. His choreo is nice. Well, I like him as a character, but like his music and like music videos, I don't watch it too much because I like prefer the bigger stuff because I like seeing like intricate stuff. And you can only do so many things when you're all alone on a stage. But yeah, his choreo, it's so cute and fun. It's just cute and fun. Ma'am right now. Anyways, and finally, you know what? Sure. I'm not tired yet somehow, so I guess I'll briefly mention Nights. I didn't really watch any of their music videos today, so this is off the top of my head, so if some things are like out of date, I don't care. When it comes to like who's the best dancer, I don't really have a hierarchy other than Leo, in my opinion, is the best dancer, which I was honestly really shocked by, just because based off the single exclamation point stories, it very much made it seem like Ritsu was gonna be the best. But Ritsu, he's good. Like, he's a good dancer, but like Leo definitely like sticks out to me. His stuff is like very crisp, very nice, very pleasant to look at. It's just great. Just something about him really sticks out to where I'm like, oh, I think you're the best. You're the best in my book. In my opinion, you're the best. You're the best. You're the best. You're the best. I really like Izumi. Like with Izumi, just off my pretty minimal ballet knowledge, a lot of ballet movements like get incorporated into his stuff. Like, a lot of the times, like when they're just standing there, his feet will like naturally go into like a ballet position, which I just think it's so cute. I don't necessarily associate like Izumi and ballet with like happy vibes, especially since of the revelation in Reloaded. I don't know, I don't think it's called Reloaded. Whatever that scout story with Tomoya and like the cops and the zombies, that one, ever since that revelation, I don't really. I mean, I'm glad Izumi is happy with ballet, but like, I don't. That makes me sad now because, oh, his teacher is just the ballet stereotype. He literally got bullied. I love that for him. No, I don't. That's sarcasm. But uh, I like that like his little ballet motifs get implemented. Also, I love how like sometimes they incorporate a lot of ballet into Knight's choreo, like in Mystic Fragrance and not Promised Swords. And da 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 da, that one, and then something else that I can't remember. But yeah, he does good. Tsukasa is a lot like Tori, where sometimes they mess up, and I'm like, sir, please calm down. This isn't in the game yet, and I really hope that this gets put in. I feel like it won't because it's like in the second chorus, I believe. But, well, the second verse. But like Tsukasa, it's in, I think it, which song was it? Oh, I think it was in Fight for Judge, so it's like not gonna get put in. But it was in one of their songs. And like Tsukasa, he like has his arm out. And he put it too low. So Ritsu has to like walk under him. But because Tsukasa's arm is blocking the way, Ritsu literally grabs it and pushes it up and then walks through. And it is so funny. It is so funny. It's so funny. Like Tsukasa, he freaks up sometimes. Like they do a little spin. He might almost bust his butt open. That's okay. It's so funny. But yeah, Izumi, he's a good dancer. Naru, for the most part, like she's a fine dancer. Sometimes her movements do like feel a little awkward to me, but I can't decide. Well, I can't figure out if like that's just her being awkward on stage because I don't know, or just like she's a taller model as in like a 3D model, not model as in like she's a model who does the fancy take a photo of me and put it in a magazine, like. But yeah, that's wow. I think that's all of the units, right? Let me double check. I didn't talk about the teachers, but they're not real, so it doesn't matter. Yeah, I think that's everyone. Dang. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, that's the stream. Wow, it has been almost 2 hours. That's kind of crazy, guys. Kind of crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm kind of like a little unhinged, living up to that title. Yes. But yeah. Hope you enjoyed. If you're watching this in the future, hope you enjoyed. Past tense. I'm gonna go skedaddle skadoodle. And I hope you have a good morning, afternoon, evening, depending on your time zone. So, I'm gonna go. Bye, guys. Oh, you want me to put Kawaku back? No.